Hello there, and welcome to Simply Explained. At the time of writing of the script for this video, there's an ongoing controversy with Reddit. This particular controversy, and the reason as to why many boards are locked at the time of writing, is due to Reddit changing its API service, which will now be charging third-party apps based on their usage. One of these apps was named Apollo, and whose developer had announced that Reddit was planning on charging him $12,000 per 50 million requests, which in the month of April alone, Apollo had made approximately 7 billion requests, which would be about $1.7 million a month, or about $20 million a year. With this having been said, the developer of Apollo has stated that in no way could he ever afford these costs, and as a result, Apollo will be shutting down at the end of June. Along with the change of the API terms so that Reddit will now be charging for usage, NSFW content very well might also be getting some flack, as Spez, who is the current CEO of Reddit, had stated the following in an AMA, Ask Me Anything. Effective July 5th, 2023, we will limit access to mature content via our data API, as part of an ongoing effort to provide guardrails to how explicit content and communities on Reddit are discovered and viewed. Which, as we all know, this is a very good business decision if you completely ignore the elephant in the room that was Tumblr. Now, a common complaint I've seen on the API changes, and the subsequent blackouts, are on accessibility. For example, for blind people who are using a specific app to allow them to use Reddit, Spez has stated the following on this. Accessibility. We want everyone to be able to use Reddit. As a result, non-commercial accessibility-focused apps and tools will continue to have free access. We're working with apps like RedRaider and Dystopia, as well as a few others to ensure that they can continue to access the data API. Spez also had the following to say about bots. If you're creating free bots that help moderators and users, e.g. HaikuBot, SetlistBot, and etc., please continue to do so. You can contact us if you have a bot that requires access to the data API above the free limits. Now, with this being said, you might wonder, how much use can a bot get before hitting a paywall? Well, effective July 1st, 2023, the rate limits to use the data API free of charge are about 100 queries per minute if you're using authentication, and about 10 per minute if you're not. Today, over 90% of apps fall into this category and can continue to access the data API for free. So, how much is Reddit actually charging? Is Apollo getting shafted due to its high popularity and getting an unreasonably higher bill than the other apps? Well, no. The stated rates for apps with high usage limits will be about 24 cents per 1,000 API calls, which would equate to about what Reddit had told Selig, the developer of Apollo, the amount that they wanted to charge him. Another common complaint I've seen is from the Reddit mods primarily, stating that the API changes would be making it harder for them to mod for any number of reasons, such as, but not limited to, certain apps that make moderating easier. Bots or tools as well potentially becoming unusable because of this. However, this might or might not be the case, as per the following. We know many communities rely on tools like RES, Context Mod, Toolbox, and etc., and these tools will continue to have free access to the data API. So, why should you care about any of this? Well, outside of the obvious fact that most subreddits are currently inaccessible due to the moderators locking them, unless you use a third-party app, you very well might not have a reason to care, and very well might instead be aiming your ire at the moderators for locking your preferred subreddits instead of the corporate entity that is Reddit. However, despite your potential lack of using a third-party program to use Reddit, which I for one do not, this might end up impacting the community due to certain factors. Say, for example, the moderators' bots that limit spam posts or scam bots, and are no longer able to keep running because Reddit wants to charge the people that are policing their site for free for its data usage. Your preferred boards might become inundated with absolute garbage. So why did Reddit decide to start charging for data usage after years of not doing such? Is it just a greedy corporate entity wanting to milk their user base of everything that they're worth? Or is it something more? Purportedly, the decision was made because of other companies using Reddit. One big one being OpenAI, which had used Reddit to train ChatGPT. Spez, in an interview with the New York Times, had stated that the Reddit corpus of data is really valuable, but we don't need to give all of that value to some of the largest companies in the world for free. And as a closing note, the Reddit Blackout has included 6 of the largest subreddits, each of which had over 30 million subscribers. And in total, more than 7,800 different subreddits have been locked, a good few of which have also stated the potential of keeping their blackout permanently, or at least until Reddit decides to change its API terms, which at the time of writing, however, seems rather unlikely, as Spez has also said the following: "We have not seen any significant revenue impact so far, and we will continue to monitor. There's a lot of noise with this one, among the noisiest we've seen. Please know that our teams are on it, and like all blowups on Reddit, this one will pass as well. The most important things we can do right now are stay focused, adapt to challenges, and keep moving forward. We absolutely must ship what we said we would. The only long-term solution is improving our product, and in the short term, we have a few upcoming critical mod tool launches we need to nail. But regardless of how this pans out, things will change, for better or worse. Which of these remains to be seen." This is a Simply Explained production. My videos are made under Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike license. Sources will be in the description, and I would like to thank you for watching, and to have a good one.